Good morning, we're on day 3 of our trip. We just left our harvest host for the night, which was Snyder Winery, and we are now on the road to Bonneville Salt Flats. We're going to cross into Nevada briefly and then go across to Utah, which I've been to Nevada but I've never been to Utah, and then we're going to spend a couple hours at the Salt Flats, so that should be good. We had a pretty good night. It wasn't as cold as it was the night before, and the stars came out, which was nice, but there was a little bit too much salt pollution, too much light pollution to really see them, but hopefully we can get to see them tomorrow night when we're dispersed camping again. But for now, we're on to the Bonneville Salt Flats. Let's go! We're still in Nevada. We've been here for about 30 or 40 miles now, and it's just completely barren here. There's nothing in any direction as far as you can see. It's very brown. Every now and then we'll come across a little town of like 5 kind of houses slash trailers, and that's what goes for a town out here. I don't know how people do it because there's just nothing out here. It's so remote. It's almost like being on another planet. Like, it's just, everything's dead. It's just this one road cutting through it all, which must have been interesting for them to build this road. But yeah, this is what I imagine Mars would look like if it was brown instead of red.
So Jamie was saying how barren and desolate it is, and that everything out here is just dead as far as the eye can see, and I have to disagree with that. I think, yes, it's brown and it's desolate, but there's a ton of life teeming out here. It's just not life as we're used to it. It's brown scrub grass and rodents and birds and stuff like that living in the grass, but there's plenty of life to see, and I think it's beautiful in its own way. It's not what we're used to. Well, as you can see, we've made it to the Bonneville Salt Flats, just across the border into Utah from Nevada, and it's actually a nice day. It's beautiful. It's probably about 65 degrees, but it's crazy just looking out on the salt flats there, how far it goes in the distance. Over there is the road we came in on. And actually walking out onto the salt flats, you can hear the salt crunching under my feet. It's crazy. And somebody made a little piece of art here. Let's see if I can show you. Just broke up chunks of salt and placed them. Little art installation. You can also see all the tracks where the vehicles have come in here to drive on the salt flats and spin donuts and all that stuff.
We're now about to drive out onto the actual salt itself, so we can get far enough out that we are surrounded just entirely by salt and fly the drone. So hopefully that'll get some good photos.
I'm excited. I can't wait. It looks so cool. I won't be setting any land speed records like they have done out here, but I think it'll be fun just to drive out there into the middle of it and then have the drone follow us back.
We have made it out onto the salt flats. Tim successfully drove us out here, and we are parked up. We're about to have some lunch, and then we're going to fly the drone, which Tim is very excited about. How was it driving on the salt flat?
Fun. Jamie wouldn't let me go really fast though. Hit the gas and he was like, "What are you doing?"
Because Jamie's the sensible one.
But I'll hit the gas on the way back.
We're also driving a tank, so
which is filthy with dead bugs all across the front right now.
I'm not sure how fast we'll be going. Left is not impressed, but we're out here and he's not.
Should we let him out? You come out, Bubs?
We just arrived into our first RV park ever. We have never stayed in an RV park before, but we figured on this trip every 3 or 4 nights we would stay at an RV park to have the hookups to dump our tanks, fill up our fresh water, and recharge our batteries off electric, although it seems like they're charging pretty well off of the just driving. We've been doing a lot of driving last couple of days, so that's been okay. It means we get a unlimited amount of electricity, so we can run everything without turning on the generator, which is nice. And there's some showers and toilets blocks as well, and then there's also laundry, which Tim has just gone to explore because we're here for 3 weeks on this trip for 3 weeks, so we're going to need to do laundry a couple of times. So he's going to see what that looks like and whether we'll need to buy laundry soap or not. Yes, an interesting place. I'm not sure why people stay in these kind of places for weeks on end. Like, you're basically butts to nuts with the people next to you. And I'm pretty sure the park is full. We walked around earlier and I didn't see a single empty lot. So, and it's not like it's a remote, relaxing place. Like, we're right next to the freeway, which is fine for us for the night, but if you're staying here for weeks, there's not really anything to do. I don't understand why people do that, but I guess that's just their thing. So we're just here for the night, and then tomorrow we're driving a couple hours to Moab, and then we finally don't have to do any more big days of driving, and we actually get to see some national parks, which is nice. Like the Bonneville Salt Flats was cool today. It was nice to get to do something other than just drive from point A to point B. But the next couple of days we're going to be in Moab, exploring arches and canyonlands, hopefully. So that should be good fun. But for tonight we're going to have some popcorn, maybe watch some TV because we actually can, and hopefully get a pretty decent night's sleep, even though it's pretty noisy. But anyway, we shall see what tomorrow brings.